Anxiety is very ambiguous. Fight, flight, freeze is a way of us protecting ourselves if we are in imminent danger. And this is where we get adrenaline and cortisol go rushing around our bodies in order to protect us. Anxiety, you are not under any threat. And that's the problem. So I'm going to tell you how to reduce your anxiety symptoms. Hello and welcome. My name is Desiree Shaw. I'm a psychotherapist. I practice at the Priory and privately. Welcome to Tortured Superhero series, where I discuss men's mental health and link it to that of the superheroes. How to manage anxiety. So if you have been watching, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, have a look. I've spoken about Spider-Man, I've spoken about Hulk, I've even spoken about Bruce Lee, the super of all superheroes in my book. Anxiety. How to reduce anxiety. I practice at the Priory, and one of the things I have come to notice is that anxiety attacks, panic attacks, are becoming more and more frequent for many people. So how to manage an anxiety attack? An anxiety attack and a panic attack are very similar. So let me just talk about the difference. An anxiety attack is when you already have a perceived threat in mind. Anxiety is all about perceived threat. A panic attack is when the panic just comes out of nowhere with no perceived threat, no trigger. It just turns up, but the feeling is the same. Okay? So anxiety is belief that something bad is going to happen. We don't know what. And it's an intensified feeling that something dreadful is going to cause you imminent disaster. Okay? Now, this is when we get into our fight, flight, freeze. Anxiety is very ambiguous. Fight, flight, freeze is a way of us protecting ourselves if we are in imminent danger. And this is where we get adrenaline and cortisol go rushing around our bodies in order to protect us. Anxiety, you are not under any threat. And that's the problem. So I'm going to tell you how to reduce your anxiety symptoms. So the symptoms of anxiety, an anxiety attack, or even just generalized anxiety, can go from, they're normally physical. So it can be chest pains, heart palpitations, sweats, headaches, feeling uneasy, legs feel numb, feel like jelly, IBS, very, very common when it comes to anxiety attacks, complete and utter fear. All right, this is what's happening physically in the body. What's happening in the mind is that you've been triggered into believing that you're in imminent danger. So I'm going to tell you how to deal with a possible onset of anxiety attack or that anxious feeling. Now, this is not a way of reducing and getting rid of your anxiety completely. It's a helpful tip bit which will support you in managing the anxiety should it come on. What you probably will need is to speak to somebody further down the line to really help you get rid of it. But for those who can't have access to a therapist, this is why I make these videos, to make therapy accessible and change the world one thought at a time. So first, recognize the nature of the beast. Know what anxiety is about, okay? It only sees everything that is negative. So the moment you have anxiety, recognize that the nature of the beast is to see all the bad, terrible possibilities. That is the nature of anxiety, okay? It's like going into a dark room with a light on the top of your head and all you are looking at is what that light shines on and you're only looking for the bad, all right? It's extremely ambiguous. All right, it will give you irrational facts, irrational thoughts. So recognize that that is the first thing that you do. Second, you take control. This is the second thing that you do in order to start managing anxiety. So you take control of what you're paying attention to. Okay, this will help to slow it down. So when you are directing your attention to something else, the anxiety will naturally slow down. So you won't actually have that dreadful feeling of fear and dread rushing around your body, your head pumping, your heart pumping, your chest in pain, your stomach turning. You've got to direct your attention, and I'm going to tell you how. Okay? So the first thing that you do, direct your attention to your feet. It's a really good, quick, easy trick to do because anxiety will have your attention focus one place. What you do is you direct your thoughts to your feet. And when you direct yourself to your feet, I want you to clench them. So you squeeze your toes together and arch the arch of your foot. And then release it. And do that a few times. And start doing the hold from 2 to 3. So what you're doing is you're directing your attention somewhere else. You are not distracting yourself. Because when you try to distract yourself, the anxiety gets further and further increased. Okay? You're actually going to divert your attention. And what will happen? The anxiety will slow down. So you clench your toes, you release your toes. You hold, release, hold, release. All right? Then, after that, number 3. Actually, I think that's number 2. After you clench your toes, number 2. Take in a breath. It's all about your breathing. When you can focus your attention onto your breathing, this is when you grab hold of the anxiety. Some people say get a bag, breathe into a bag, or just focus or breathe slowly. And that can be the most annoying thing for somebody who is facing anxiety, to be told. Slow your breathing down, calm down. So this is a way of being able to do that without focusing on just that, because that can actually increase the problem, especially if you're already in stress and you're already breathing heavy already. So by going straight to the feet, clenching the toes, then you take your mind to your breath while you are still in control of your toes being clenched. All right? And what you do is you take in the breath as you clench. Then as you release the toes, you release the breath. All right? This is a way of giving you control. So while you're clenching, you breathe in. While you release, you breathe out. And you repeat this maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 times. In that time, the anxiety would have slowed down a lot, okay? Once you do that, you move on, right? Because the symptoms would have slowed down. Then you bring your attention back into the space that you're in. Now, what I've just asked you to do, what I've told you to do, is bring your attention into your body. Anxiety takes your thought process. What you're actually trying to do is get out of your body and deal with the problem. Get into your body and slow it all down. Deal with those symptoms. It's tolerating the discomfort. So you bring your attention into the space that you're in. Meanwhile, you are still clenching your toes, releasing, breathing. So the clench, you breathe in. The release, you breathe out. And you can hold it for as long as you need to. You can do it for as intensified as you need to. You can play about with the breath. This, again, focuses your attention. So you bring your attention to the space that you are in. And then you can really slowly start to ignore the clenching of your toes and just focus on your breathing. And while you're just focusing on your breathing, you've stopped the toes. You are now in the room, all right? You reduce the clenching and you focus on an object in the room. So this gets you back to the here and now. Anxiety is about rushing you into the future, fearing that everything bad is going to happen. This takes you to now, gets you where you are supposed to be, which is the present moment, which is a gift given to you moment by moment. Anxiety robs you of that gift. You're taking that gift, that present, back right now. So you focus on the breath and you focus on this object. It can be a chair, it could be a light bulb, it could be a cup, it could be anything, okay? But get yourself into the room. And while you're doing that, you continue with your breath. You slow down your breath. And then you notice everything about your breath. Now, once you have done that, you have now empowered yourself to take control. Because you've got back to the breathing, but what you haven't had to do is just focus on your breathing. Because you've done a series of things. You got yourself into your body, you've slowed it down, you've slowed your breath down, then you've come back into the room. And then, once you're back into the room, start looking around at other things. Start getting in touch with the people in the room, okay? And then you can start to deal with the situation that you're in. The art of breaking an anxiety attack, the art of dealing with anxiety, the art of stopping the anxiety attack is to divert your attention so that you reduce the intensity of what is actually happening. So it's about awareness, practice, and tolerance. So you're aware of what's going on. You start practicing the clenching and the breathing, and you tolerate the discomfort because you can. You practice shifting your focus onto another part of your body. And it doesn't have to always be your toes. It can be your fist. You can do that with your stomach muscles. You can clench and release. You clench and release. Whatever suits you, whatever is the best place for you to focus on, find that. And you will be in power of the anxiety attack. The anxiety attack will not attack you. You will deal with it. So tolerating whatever the discomfort is actually the whole problem with anxiety. And once you recognise that you can tolerate it and get yourself back into your body, reclaim the gift of the present moment, which is now, then you've won. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to do a how to be self-compassionate video because that is going to support you into managing what could happen as you have further anxiety attacks. It's all about self-compassion, which is slightly different to self-love. So, see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, practice is a habit. Anxiety attacks, the way you deal with situations, is also a habit. So you can practice in another direction and you can win. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Desiree Shaw. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm on a mission to make therapy accessible and change the world one thought at a time. Watch the Tortured Superhero series and learn new tips and ideas on how to manage your mental and emotional well-being. Bye for now. Anxiety. When you looked at me, I thought, oh no, anxiety. La 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 la. Hello and welcome to Tortured Super